Francis Clare Beesley was born on August 25, 1923 in Lemon, South Dakota. His mother was Orpha L. Beesley and his father was William T. Beesley. Francis would go to school in Lemon and eventually start working at a grocery store, and would join the military after graduating high school in 1943. Francis would enlist into the United States Marine Corps on August 26, 1943. After completing basic training, he would be assigned to 12th Marines nicknamed Thundersteel in Camp Elliott in San Diego, California. The 1st Battalion, 12th Marines, 3rd Division Marine Fleet Forces is an artillery battalion and mainly provided direct support for the 3rd Marine Regiment. Francis was stationed in Auckland, New Zealand in March 1943, then deployed with the rest of the 12th Marines to Guadalcanal in the South Pacific in July 1943. Francis and his unit would take part in the Battle of Guam and the Battle of Iwo Jima, as well as several other smaller skirmishes during the Bougainville campaign. On July 21, 1944, the 3rd Amphibious Corps would launch multiple landings similar to D-Day. The landings took place on the western beaches of Guam near Asan Point. After the first day, the troops were able to secure the beachhead and establish a base of operations. Reinforcements were brought in, including the 12th Marine Regiment. On the second day of fighting, Francis and his unit engaged in hostiles while securing the perimeter around the beachhead. During the skirmish, Francis would help protect the beachhead by pushing back the enemy forces. While protecting a group of assaulting allies, an enemy mortar shell landed near Francis's location. He was injured by shrapnel from the explosion and put on the ship with other injured soldiers heading back to Australia. Unfortunately, his wounds would take their toll. On June 22, 1944, Francis would die on the ship, surrounded by his fellow soldiers who were willing to take the hit, soldiers who were willing to do what needed to be done. Although he died on the ship, his efforts to protect his brothers in arms, they were able to take back Guam, thanks in part to Francis's effort to protect them from danger. Francis would be brought back to the States and now dreams peacefully in his final resting place. During the burial, Francis's family was able to say their final goodbyes, including his loving mother, his lovely wife, and a beautiful daughter, all who he had left behind to protect. He was fighting for his country, but he was also fighting to protect his family, his world. Even though he had to stay in one spot while under gunfire and mortar fire, Francis still chose to hold his ground and protect his brothers. Francis did everything he could to ensure their safety, including taking the hit for them. His courage in the face of danger reminds me of the quote, "Courage is not the absence of fear, but rather, courage is acting in spite of it."